Hello and welcome to the Card Counting Training Course. In this course, you'll learn a mathematically proven method for beating the game of blackjack. Now, many people think you need to be a genius in order to count cards. While it took a genius to figure it out, a professor by the name of Ed Thorpe, there are professional players that have gone on to use his methods to make more money than he ever dreamed of. Players like Ken Houston, Tommy Highland, and the Church Team, just to name a few. Now, this skill is not easy to learn. It's not something that you can learn in a couple nights and then burn down the casinos. However, with enough practice and determination, you can learn how to do this, and all the information you need is here to get started. Card counting is what pros call advantage play. It utilizes math and strategy to give the player the advantage. Now, advantage players have more in common with stock traders than they do with gamblers. A gambler relies on luck in a game that is stacked against them. Advantage players find weaknesses within the rules of the game and exploit those weaknesses. Now, compound interest takes care of the rest. Casinos are advantage players. We've all heard the term, the house always wins. Well, how exactly does that work? I'll demonstrate. In many casino games like blackjack, you have the appearance of what looks like a 50-50 chance of winning. Now, the way the house gains the edge is to cut into the gambler's side just slightly, while still giving the illusion that there's a 50-50 chance of winning. So, if I cut into the gambler's percentage of 50-50 and cut it down to 49, 48, it doesn't really matter how much I cut into it, as long as I can cut into it a bit and I'm playing the house. The large numbers of bets over a long period of time is going to guarantee that I make a profit. So this right here belongs to the house. And now I'm going to show you the best depiction of this ever on a roulette wheel. When you look at the roulette wheel, you see the exact depiction of what I've been talking about. Let's say you wanted to place a bet on red. At first glance, you would think that you'd have a 50-50 chance. However, not only do you lose if you land on black, you also lose if you land on the 0 or the double 0. This gives the house a 5.26% advantage over the average player. Okay, now that you've seen basically how this works, what an advantage player does is almost exactly the same thing as what the house is doing. Okay, he's playing within the rules of the game, but he finds a way to not only overcome the house advantage, but to cut into the house's side of the 50-50 proposition. And then by doing this, the law of large numbers now works in the favor of the player instead of the casino. This is at the heart of any professional play, no matter what game you are playing. Okay, professionals are obsessed with getting the edge. That's the difference between a professional player, an advantage player, and your average gambler. There's plenty of information out there on card counting, from $20 books in Barnes & Nobles to $1,500 seminars. What I have found is most of these products are overwhelming and confusing. My goal here is to provide more value than anything available on the market. I will do this by simplifying each component, by breaking it down into smaller sections that can be more easily understood. And I will give you free tools to help you master these skills. In this course, you will learn basic strategy, the high-low count system, deviations, and advanced tactics such as team play, long halves, ace tracking, and a specialized chase system that I use to disguise the fact that I'm counting. This is not an easy skill to master. It takes a lot of practice. The payoff is that you get a skill where you can earn 6 to 7 figures a year. Now, you can be using this skill in less time than it takes to get a degree from college. So let's get started.